Ruthie from We're Fashionably Late, and we're really cool, and we are spending our Saturday night doing the last bit of flooring in our house. We've done so far our living room and hallway and our dining room, and all that's left is our kitchen. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about how Allure flooring works and the process of laying it down and everything. So this is what we have is the Allure Grip-Strip, and you can see it's super thin, which is amazing. So it's really easy to work with. And then right here on this blue part right here you see is the actual glue, the sticky part. So, hi Tara! Anyways, I wanted to show you how this flooring works. Now you can lay this floor on most tiles and all these kinds of different floors. In our living room, we ended up ripping up a carpet and we put in, and we had some really nice subfloor, but that we probably could have laid it over, but the problem was our kitchen and dining room were quite a bit different in height. So if we did that, we'd have, I think it was like a ½ inch to a ¼ inch step between the two rooms. So we had someone come in and put some Luan down, and then we installed it in the living room on top of the Luan. And in the dining room and kitchen, we actually have laminate flooring. You can see it right there. So we're just going over top of it. So things to do to prep when you're doing just over top. Hi Tara again. When you're doing it over top of a flooring, you make sure it's super clean beforehand. We scrubbed this quite a few times before we got to work, because especially it's super gross because our kids eat in here and everything, and we have an 11-month-old who thinks it's funny to throw her food on the ground. But anyway, make sure it's super clean, and then you can get ready with laying your floor. So I'm going to show you how it works. So these planks are 36 inches by 6 inches, and my good friend Tara did this flooring as well, and she recommended doing 36-inch plank as your first one, and in the next row your first one will be 30 inches, and then your next one will be 24 inches in each row. And then you can just lay full planks after that, after you do that. So we went with that method, and you don't want less than 6 inches on one end. So you want to also measure your room and see what works for you when you're doing that. So we started, we've just done a couple rows. Let me see if I can show you. All right, so we started over there in that corner. We've got a vent, and something that has worked really well for us, now we haven't completely cut it all out yet, but that has worked really well for us is we are using tin snips to cut out the vent, because it's super easy to just cut a little, whoops, excuse me, cut a little section of the flooring. Let me just tilt this camera. Okay, so let me just show you that real quick. You can just take the tin snips and you can cut out pretty easily the section, and now you can measure, and you can kind of, with this, we've kind of done it by eye because it doesn't have to be perfect, because you're just going to put the vent on over top of it. So you can cut it really easy with the tin snips, but what's the best part of this floor is that all you have to do is you can score it and it'll break off. So if I just score a straight line right here where that is, and then I score across here, I'm kind of just eyeballing it. Normally you don't want to do this with the other planks, but I'm just eyeballing it right now because of the vent. Okay, you gotta hold it nice and still because sometimes it can slide on you. All right. you can just break it out. Super simple. So what's awesome is you do not have to, you don't have to go outside and use a saw. When you're doing this, you can just score it and then put it on. So now I'm going to show you how to put the planks in. All right, let's see if I can get this set up for you. Okay. All right. Okay, so it's super, super simple to do. And, oh, before I do show you this, I wanted to tell you, so lots of times you want to remove your woodwork. We decided against that just because our house is a little bit older, so we felt like if we took it out, it would probably just break up and ruin. And we could have bought new baseboards, but we just decided to keep them in, and we're actually going to use like a quarter round, and we're actually going to use something that's called a cove. It has a little, it's like an opposite of a quarter round. It has just, yeah, a little cove in it, so we feel like it looks a little bit more elegant. So stay tuned and I can show you what that will look like once we get it all in. Because you want to put some spacers in when you start on each edge. And they recommend about 1/4 inch spacer. So put those in, and then as you can see, I have it on the edges there. And I even have it on the edges over here so that everything is staying nice and secure in place. When you do the first row or two, it's nice to have a little bit of help to make sure it stays in place. But once you get to about this point where I'm putting on the 4th row, then it is pretty simple to keep it still and in place. So what you do is you take your piece, and you see on the back side of here, this is the sticky part. So you want this sticky part to stick to that sticky part. All right. I'm doing it on, yeah, Tara, I'm doing it on an existing floor. So yeah, you can do it on a subfloor, but I am doing it over our laminate in our kitchen. So we just decided to leave it there because we didn't know what was underneath this. And so we just brought our living room, raised it up with some Luan to be the same level as our kitchen. So, all right, so you take the corner piece, and what I do is I kind of wedge it into the corner, and then I get it nice and straight right on that edge, and then there's no seam right there, and then I kind of just follow it along and get it all lined up nice and tight, and then you put it in place. Now, if you have a seam, which I do not have a seam on this, you have up to 15 minutes to rip this piece up. Hey, thanks for the like. You have up to 15 minutes. They pull apart fairly easy, so yeah, you have up to 15 minutes to get it up and relay it. So it's really pretty simple. And when you are done and have all the floor together, you can, you want to roll the whole floor with about a 75 to 100 pound roller, and you can rent one at Home Depot. So we've rented one each time we've done. We did the living room. We started the living room at like 8 p.m. one night, and we got it mostly done at by 1 a.m. So that was pretty cool to get that large of a space done. Now we had some tricky cuts and stuff and angles with the hallway, but it all worked out. So I'm just gonna lay one more here for you, and then I'm gonna show you how to cut it and measure. And what was nice, since I put it on an existing floor, is I was able to paint all of my baseboards and trim and everything without having to put any mats down, so that was kind of nice. So, all right, so they all come with this sheet of paper to protect the glue strips in the pack. I believe they come with 16 in a case, or at least this Allure Grip-Strip does. All right, and you can keep these to help do like angled cuts and everything, or you can just throw them in the trash. Sometimes we'll use it for angled cuts, and sometimes we just kind of mark it out with a piece of paper. Kind of has been the easiest. So again, I'm gonna go right in that corner. Okay, make sure it's pressed in, and you want to give a lot of pressure when you're doing it so that it gets in there nice and tight. Okay, you can feel for the seams, and you can buy even a little roller that you can use afterwards to roll over the top, just to make sure that you have nice, tight, and seamless seams. So, all right, now I'm going to show you quick how I cut a piece. So I did 36, 30, 24. Now I had another 36, so now I'm doing back to a 30. All right, and what's something with this floor, if you notice, is, oh, thanks, good question, Tara. This is brushed oak taupe, and so what's unique about this one is there's lots of different colors within it. So you kind of have to space everything out, and if you can see in our kitchen, we have a bunch laid out so that we can kind of color coordinate it, because you don't want to put a bunch of the same colors. We found out with this color there's really dark pieces, and then there's medium pieces, and some light pieces, like right here. So we kind of try to alternate. You don't want to do it too patterny, otherwise it'll look like, you're doing a pattern and it looks funny. So it took me a little bit to get that figured out. Excuse me. But it's pretty easy. So what you need is you need your straight edge. Okay, you need a straight edge and a tape measure, and then all you need is a box cutter. So this one I need to be 30 inches. Now, you want this piece to be on the end, and this piece to be up on the end here, because you need, or excuse me, at this point, because you need this to grip the next plank. So, why are you? They are beautiful wood floors. They are actually laminate, and so yeah, so I'm not covering hardwood. I would never do that. But it's worn. It's got some dings in it, and we wanted, since we were ripping up some carpet in the living room, we wanted everything to have the same color, so that's why we're doing it. So yeah, this is just a laminate flooring that the previous owners put in. So, so yeah, you want this piece to be interlocking with the next piece. So you are going to measure, and you're going to cut off at this end. All right, so you want to take the tape measure and start here and measure to there. All right, so I have 36, so I'm going to go 30 inches. Where is my pencil? Oops, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to measure 30 inches. And I usually just put a little mark right there. All right. Then I take my straight edge, I'll put it right there, and then the box cutter. Okay. And I just score it. You only have to score it once. You have to make sure to really hold your straight edge pretty firmly, because it took us a while, but it can slip, so then you have a wonky line. But, okay, then all you have to do, bend it back, snaps right off. So, it's pretty awesome. So I'll put this next piece in. So I already have my spacer right there. So I'm gonna line it up, at the edge of the previous one. And with this one, you don't have to do all of them. You just have to get that one line. So you just want a nice seamless line right there. So get some pressure in when you're doing it. And there you go. So let me know if you have any questions. I will be showing at least the flooring in the living room in a couple weeks because I did it for the one room challenge. So I'm redoing our living room and it looks absolutely stunning. But we absolutely love this floor. It is so strong, feels indestructible, and it's really wonderful and I highly recommend it. So again, yeah, this is Allure flooring. And this specific brand, they have different ones. They have interlocking ones, but this specific one is the Grip-Strip, and we really like it. And what I'm using is brush oak taupe. And I'll show you a little bit what we've got going on so far. Okay, so we've got that few rows. Now before, just a quick tip, so we have a little bit on that edge, whoops, over there, that we need to fill in. How would it hold up with puppies? We do not, oh, hi Maria. We do not have any puppies, but actually our neighbors across the street did this same exact flooring in their kitchen, and they have a huge dog, and they said it's held up awesome. That's great, but I think it holds up with animals and children. So where do you get the spacers and what do you do with them when you are finished laying down the floor? So the spacers you can just get at any store. I believe we got ours at Home Depot. And when you're done, you can just pull them up and then you'll either put your hardwood, you're welcome Samantha, you can either put your baseboards back on. In our case, we didn't take our baseboards off and we're gonna put quarter round to cover it. So once it's time for us to put the quarter round in, we will take out those little things. They're really easy. They just move very easily. They're just sit in there nice and tight to just kind of keep it in place for you. So, and then you'll want to install those with a nail gun, the quarter round or the hardwood back again. So, yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. Head on over to We're Fashionably Late, and I'll keep you posted on how it's all going. We absolutely love it. It looks stunning in our rooms, and it all comes together. And if you have a divider between a room, you can buy thresholds at Home Depot as well or online. And so you can do that. We unfortunately have to do thresholds in between our rooms. We weren't planning on it originally, but even though we got our living room floor up a little higher, it's still not 100%, even. So we are gonna put thresholds in just to give it a more clean look, and we didn't want any bowing of the flooring at all. So super simple. I'm hoping my husband and I will get this done tonight. Our kitchen does have a couple weird angles, and we'll have to pull out a couple of the appliances to put some floor under there. But otherwise, it goes fairly quickly, especially if you have a super square or rectangular room. It goes so fast. We did our dining room in 2 to 3 hours between the two of us. And it's definitely can be a one-person job easily, but it always goes faster if you have someone else to help. But thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm Ruthie from We're Fashionably Late. And this is Allure Flooring, Brush Oak Taupe, the Allure Grip-Strip, and I hope you have a wonderful Saturday night. We are going to enjoy putting in our new floor. I might have a glass of wine, potentially, while we're finishing this and make a little date night out of this. My husband's got baseball on in the background. So anyway, thanks for tuning in and have an awesome Saturday.